I spent $106 on a V-Shred program so that I could give you my complete and honest review as somebody who's been in the health and fitness industry for over 22 years. Now, I'm a little bit scared to record this again. I did the original video on this, and for my little channel, that video did really well. It had just short of 250,000 views when I got a letter from V-Shred's legal team asking me to take it down because I was breaching copyright and trademark laws. Little old me does not have the mental capacity or the money to fight with that. So here we are, re-recording it, but also taking the opportunity to improve it. I've since invested in a microphone. The sound on that original video was pretty crappy. So I'm here to make this video better whilst staying away from anything that might get me in legal trouble. I want to be completely honest. This is my opinion as an individual who spent my own money on purchasing this program. But I did want to remake the video because the real purpose of my whole channel is to help people to decipher the millions of different fitness and health information that is available online to help you make more informed decisions, be able to cut through some of the BS and some of the noise that is around there. Now, on my original video, yes, a lot of people told me to get to the freaking point, and I will try and do that succinctly. But also, this is my channel and I will speak for as long as I see fit and give you all of the relevant information. A lot of people have said a simple yes or no will do, so let's get into it. Does the V-Shred program work? Simple answer, I believe yes, it does work. Within the program, you get access to their Facebook group. And as in the Women's V-Shred Facebook group, there are literally hundreds of thousands of people in there. There are lots of people getting results. Yes, this program works. If that's as much as you want to know, then you can cut out here. If you want the nuance and my perspective on why it works, then we're going to get into that a little bit deeper. So this is the whole thing. V-Shred is a marketing machine. So many people have seen these adverts on so many different platforms, and there are plenty of videos around debunking some of the things that he talks about in his videos. And this is the key that we need to understand, that this is marketing 101, and there are a few main key things that he hits on very well, which is probably why he has had such success with his videos. The first thing is to identify the problem, identify people's frustrations, and he has lots of different videos that do this. I particularly got my eye caught on the metabolic confusion one that is specifically for women that are struggling to lose weight because of hormonal misfiring. It sounds fancy. And there's marketing point number 2, is to explain things in a scientific way that makes it hard for regular people to understand, so they think, oh my God, this person knows it all. They have a magical answer to my specific problem. Then lean into a few of their sore points and things that are going to trigger them to think, oh yes, that really is my problem. I am broken. I need this magical fix. You then go on to buy the program. My problem that I have with V-Shred is nothing around the program, and actually going into the program, it's a pretty solid program. You're going to be doing 5 days of training per week, a few of those are strength, a couple of HIIT sessions in there, and there is a form of periodization, meaning that from month 1, it's then going to progress onto month 2 and on to month 3, adding adaptations and changes to your training so that you can make progress over time. This is the solid way to format a program. In my original video, I had said I'd made some tweaks and changes to the program to be more in line with my own personal niggles and injuries, and some people are like, oh my God, you didn't follow the program. How can you say whether it worked or not? If you know anything about health and fitness and the science behind fitness, changing one shoulder exercise to another shoulder exercise did not cause me pain or injury isn't going to affect my results from the program. The nutrition is actually what breeds the results when it comes to lasting fat loss. So we've got some strength training, we've got a little bit of HIIT to hit into some cardio. Program is solid. Yes, I think it will work, but here comes the lie when it's the shift that we're looking at, when it's of marketing versus is what the program actually delivers. Because when I went into this, I went in specifically filling in my questionnaire for which body type am I. But what it seems to be is what spits out at the other side is basically the same for most people. There might be slight variation on what program you get given, but I was given the Fat Loss Extreme program. Is the program the most amazing program in the world? It's pretty basic, it's fairly solid because it brings in the combination of some strength training, a little bit of HIIT to get in some cardio. All of that is pretty solid and what you would expect to see in a good fat loss program. Now, I want to say that whilst the exercises are there, it's really the nutrition part of the program that helps people to bring about the changes that they want to see within their body. Nutrition is always king. And what you get in this program, again, is it bad? Absolutely not. I really enjoyed a lot of the recipes in this program and I still use them to this day. So there is a lot of value to be had from this program. I am in no way shaming it or saying that it is a bad program. You're going to get a meal plan. I also decided to upgrade to get the one-to-one coaching because it was valued at $49, which for one-to-one coaching, I actually think is a really an affordable price point. So I decided to upgrade to get my one-to-one coach. Now, the coaching, again, I was really happy with the meal plan that he gave me. I decided I wanted to do this metabolic confusion because why not? It sounds exciting and like that might be the magic answer to all of my problems. So I got my program, my meal plan. I was really happy with it. I had to make some adaptations. Again, not everything that was given to me on the plan is available to me here in France. Again, some people were like, sir, you didn't follow the nutrition point by point. The key when you are following a nutrition program, the things that you want to follow are the calorie amounts per day and to match the macros as closely as possible to any program that you have been given. I know how to do that. I can match it as closely as possible whilst having to change some specific products or changing a different meat, say whether it was from beef to chicken. If you're still getting the same calorie and macro amounts, then you can allow yourself to do that. So I decided to make those changes. There was quite a lot of red meat in there. I prefer to only eat red meat maybe once or twice per week. And I would supplement those with a lean protein portion that was more suited to my own tastes and preferences. And I will always encourage anybody to do that, is that if you are going to stick with something for the long term, you've got to enjoy the foods that you are eating. And I did enjoy this meal plan. Now, on the metabolic confusion, basically what it was doing is carb cycling. Now, the science behind carb cycling doesn't really show us that there's any specific benefits to long-term weight loss over being in a regular calorie deficit. So a carb cycle means that you'll have a higher carbohydrate day and then go into a lower carbohydrate day. Sometimes you have two lower carbohydrate days before you go into a higher carbohydrate days. There's a few different ways you can do it, but it's essentially carbohydrates are higher on one day as opposed to the other. Like I said, the scientific research behind carb cycling doesn't really back it up versus being in a regular calorie deficit. However, I personally find from a psychological perspective, I know that my body definitely responds in terms of releasing any retained water. As somebody who is a little bit more insulin sensitive, thanks to my PCOS symptoms, I definitely benefit from having lower carbohydrate days from a psychological aspect. So if I can go a little bit lower carbohydrate on the days when I'm not working out and then have more carbohydrates on the days that I am exercising, I find in terms of compliance, i.e. sticking with it, that it can be beneficial in terms of your mindset. So I can see why this has been put in there, but when it comes and we look to the science doesn't really back up this carb cycling, or as he likes to call it, metabolic confusion, which isn't really a thing. So does the program work? Absolutely, yes, because it's working on muscle building. It's working on moving your body more. It's working on being in a calorie deficit. It's working on adding more protein into your diet. Those are the reasons why this program works. It is not because of the magic that he is telling you in his marketing. So my beef is not with the program itself. I think the program is pretty solid and you will probably get some benefit from it. My issue really is with the marketing, as the fitness and health industry as a whole just need to stop lying to people. And here lies the problem. Is it the player or is it the game that's a problem? Because I get why they do this, because telling people to be in a calorie deficit, to move their body, to build more muscle, to eat more protein is not all that sexy. Telling somebody that they have hormonal misfiring and need to be in this metabolic confusion, that sounds a lot more exciting. And so I get why they do it, because it sells people onto it. It sounds sexy, it sounds exciting. Sign me the hell up. Within the program is encouraging people to eat less processed foods. So as I say, it's not the magic fix, it's just common sense health and fitness advice that goes into this program, and that is why it works. Another common thing that I see a lot is saying, is a V-Shed a scam? I personally did not have any problems buying this program. I bought the original program, which I believe was for $57, which I think is affordable. I then upgraded $49 to the one-to-one coaching. I have to say, with the one-to-one coaching, I liked having my own meal plan given to me and having everything laid out. I find for a lot of people it can take out a lot of the guesswork, and that can be really effective. When I was having one-to-one interactions with my coach, I did feel like a lot of it was just like plug and play responses. They felt very standardized. The responses were quite short and one word sentences, but for $49, I don't think I can really have expected much more than that. The point that you're getting with that is that you are getting a program or a meal plan that is specifically made for you, your body size in terms of your weight, your age, your height, and what your specific goals are. So I think that is really all that you're paying for with that. The coaches within the one-to-one, they are definitely trying to upsell on the supplements. And this is really where this company makes most of the money. It's on the back end sales of the supplements. Also, when you're going into the program, and I talked about this on my Meta Boost, is they do something very similar, and I'll share the link to that review that I did recently on Meredith Shirk's Meta Boost Svelte training review, because they do something very similar. When you are going into this, you're going to take the quiz to start off with. Then when you get down to the sales program, they're going to sell you the product. When you put in that you want to buy that product, they're going to try and upsell you to something else. So they upsold me onto the one-to-one coaching. From there, they're going to try and upsell you onto specific supplements. And whilst I don't think it's a scam in terms of that it's a con, I think people need to be more careful and reading everything when they are going through a sales funnel. It is very easy, as somebody had told me in the comments on my previous video, is that they accidentally clicked on the subscription and ended up paying month on month on month, and that they couldn't get out of because they were signed up to a full year, and then struggled to get their money back through their customer services, which again, you can find a lot of complaints around online. However, I didn't have any experience with this. I simply bought my program. I was fairly happy with the program that I bought. I was fairly happy with the one-to-one coaching. I did get sick of the bombardment of emails trying to upsell me onto different and various supplements. I think it is down to the consumer to be very careful about what you are adding on, but then the companies also play a part when they're sneakily trying to trick people into going onto subscription models, which a lot of people don't want to have to get into. So if you follow this program, it's likely going to work for you. So many people had put on the comments that they came and found reviews after they've already bought it. If you have already bought it, do not waste your money. Follow the program. It is probably going to get you the results. Is it something that I personally recommend? I'm going to say no, because it hits me within my own morals and values as somebody who works in health and fitness, that I believe that we need to stop bullshitting people. We need to be truthful. We need to be honest with people. You only really need to look at the type of marketing. Like I've seen these V-Shred adverts where he's pretending he's like being interviewed on a podcast like the Joe Rogan show. I think Joe Rogan's even talked about this. Is there not some legal and copyright issues with that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I do not want to get my ass sued. So it comes down to ethics and values, and that is the reason that I wouldn't recommend this program. As a multi-million-dollar company, the amount of money that they are spending ads means that they have got some dollar. A company that is potentially earning that much money, they have the means, they have the resources to pay the best sports and fitness and health nutritionists, the best people in the world to create an incredible program. If you have got the means to do it, then just deliver an amazing service and just tell people the truth. You can still have good marketing and tell people the truth without talking shit. Who would I recommend? I did a review on these guys recently and I am not affiliated with them in any way. I just do these product reviews, and so far they have been my favorite program that I have worked on. They are my go-to. They follow the science. They deliver products and materials based on the most recent and up-to-date research, and I believe that they are really trying to do good within the health and fitness industry, and that is the guys from Mind Pump. So they have a range of different programs. I reviewed their Maps and Anabolic, which I will link up above, and they also have an incredible podcast which is absolutely free for you to consume. Out of all of the reviews that I've done so far, these are my favorite and who I would recommend people go to if you want to transform your body and improve your nutrition and your health and fitness practices. I think that's all I've got to say on this one. If you have any additional questions on this, please do let me know. I hope this has been helpful, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one.